So today we're going to talk about the most useless things that I've bought for lockpicking. So the first one I'm going to say is this tubular lockpick. Not that tubular lockpicks are bad. I spent a lot of money on this back in the early 2000s when I first got into lockpicking. And I didn't really know what I was doing. We didn't have the LPU belt system at the time. I bought a tubular lock to mess with this, and I was never able to actually make this work correctly. It does have an O-ring, and, well, this O-ring looks like it's busted. So, dry rotted probably. But the idea of this is to, that might be why this doesn't work now, is to essentially loosen this up. You push these down into the lock. You then kind of wiggle it around and shake it. Well, you push them to like here. You tighten it a little bit. You wiggle them down and shake it. It pushes these up. It's supposed to push it to the shear line like that and open the lock automatically for you. But I've never been able to make that work for me. So that would be why this would be one of the most useless tools that I've bought, because I've never spent the time to make it work. Now there are multiple ones out there that are probably even better than this. That you can get a set of like 3 of them for $10 now. So it was a waste of money at the time. More recent thing would probably be the Sparrow Black Flag dimple picks. They're not super useless. I was able to pick a blue belt level dimple lock with these, but what makes these useless is the plastic here gives it very little feedback. The picks themselves bend very easily. They're not very stiff, and they will also rotate inside of the shaft here, making the direction of where that flag is not be aligned anymore. And so you can be picking in here and twist this, and it'll actually rotate around this shaft here, and it'll look like this, but the pick will still be straight up, which makes it completely impossible to use because you can't actually turn it and put the pressure you need on the pin sometimes to set the pin. So I've upgraded these obviously since then, but this would be my second most useless piece of gear at the moment. I do not use these anymore. They sit in a box of broken locks where they belong. I do still have the Z-bars with them. People do claim that these Z-bars are good. I don't really use them. I like the Z-bars in some of my other toolkits, so it all just kind of goes into the junk bin right now. So that's what I have for you. I hope this is interesting. I hope this helps you guys out. And just different things. Think about what you're buying. Make sure that it's something you're going to use currently. Make sure it's not something like this where it's like, oh, this is $60, $70 and it's really cool and I'll be able to open tubular locks, but I'm never going to actually pick tubular locks, right? Don't go out and buy warded tools if you're not going to be messing with warded locks. Don't be going out and buying dimple flags if you're not planning on picking dimple locks. You know, very similar type of mentality. So keep that in mind when you're actually buying your tools, and I will see you next time.